Hey, and welcome to my weigh-in. I'm gonna tell you, y'all know I'm having my coffee because I've been gone all day. When I get through and I finally can get settled, I got to have my coffee. So I just took my first sip, but I want you to see I got me a special guest. It is hot out here today. Let me put my paper down. Oh, hold on. Okay. It's 90 something, but the breeze is going, so it caught my paper. But I hadn't had Flare out here in a while, but since it's so hot, come on. I thought she might want to come out here and get a little bit of, say hello. She's like, I don't like it like that. There we go. Hello. If you're new, this is my bearded dragon Flare. She is my little baby. Well, she's not a baby, she's an old lady. She's 10 years old. I've had her for 9, so she's getting up there. That's why she does nothing but lay around, eat, sleep. That's pretty much it. So go ahead, we'll let you get back to your... I had a pretty shirt on. I had to go to the doctor this morning. Had me a pretty shirt on, but I knew she would pick it up because I'm gonna tell you what, these nails of hers, they are like little spikes. They are, I mean, they will get you good. And they like pick, you know. I was turning sideways. Somebody, I don't remember who it was. Somebody said, show us how long your ponytail is. Well, I don't have a ponytail today. I twisted it up, but it's twisted up and there's that much sticking out the top, if that gives you some idea. Who was it? She said, turn sideways so we can see how long your ponytail is. Listen, I ain't had my hair cut since June of the year 2021. And it has grown that long in a year's time. I can't believe it. But I used to keep it. If you know anything about buzzing men's hair or cutting hair, you know what a foreguard is. Those little guards they put on the buzzers. I used to keep my neck a foreguard, and then she'd come along and she'd have to shave the bottom of it because I didn't want it touching me. That's why, knock on wood, you will probably never see it hanging down because I can't stand it touching me. Alright, well, you're here for the weigh-in. Let's get to it. How did I do this week? Hold on. Thank y'all for putting up with my coffee obsession. So this week, I weighed in at 331.7 for a loss of 4.4. And that puts me to 45.4. Now, I'm happy. I feel like I'm where I don't want to jinx it. I will call it up if I start talking about that it's working for me. I'll call up and then next week it won't work. But low carb has worked for me before. I tell you, I just think I have one of those bodies that responds better to not eating the carbs. I've just been staying away from the taters and the rice and the pasta and the bread and the sugar. I've just not had any of that. None of it. And it shows. It shows on the scales. And it shows in my legs. I call them Crocs, but they're like, you know, a different brand style of Crocs. Some days I can't get my foot in them, and they're 12 extra wide because that's what size I wear. And some days I still can't get my foot in them, so my heel's hanging off the back. But well, I mean, what am I supposed to do? This past week I've been able to just slide them on, just put them on. Now I'm still swole, and I will be swole until I lose weight. And who knows, I might still be swole after that because that's part of the lymphedema. But the laying off of the carbs takes out that puffy. Well, I'll tell you what to do. So I went to the doctor this morning, and it was for my checkup, and she asked me my scales are different from theirs, but on their scales I had lost 6 pounds since I saw her a month ago, and I've lost 10, almost 11 maybe in the past 2 weeks. So the nurse even told me, she said, our scales are so touchy. She said, they're so touchy. She said, they never are the same. I'm like, well, I go by mine anyway because that's what I've already recorded on. Well, she asked me what I was doing. I told her low carb. And she says, what are you going to do when you get tired of that? And that's what a lot of people want to know. Well, you're not living a lifestyle that you can keep up. Well, here's my thing. Here's my take on it. I'm willing to do it. Take my chances until I can get 2 new knees and a new back. And then I will worry about it. But I have got to do what I've got to do to get this weight off, whatever works for me, and then deal with that when the time comes. When the time comes that I decide I can't live without spaghetti once a week or white bread sandwich or something like that, I'll deal with it when the time comes. But until then, I'm going to do what I know that it's working for me, because I'm here to tell you. You can mark my words. This ain't calling it up. This ain't jinxing it. This is the truth. If I don't get this weight off and I don't get 2 new knees, this time next year, I'll be in a wheelchair. My knees have far surpassed my back. I want my knees done first because I'm telling you, they're bad. I'm laughing to keep from crying, but I'll be in a wheelchair this time next year, and I'm not going to worry about living a lifestyle right now that I can maintain the rest of my life. I got to get somewhere, and I got to get somewhere the best way that I know how, the best way that works for me. And some people don't understand that, and I can't help it. I can't help it. That's how I'm doing it. That's my take on it. That's the way I'm doing it. So, but she was like, I asked her, I said, let me ask you a question. I said, how come I'm losing weight and I'm losing it in my abdomen, but not in my stomach? You know, the stomach part is right under your boobs, and then your abdomen is right under that. She said, because it goes for your fat stores first. Well, she said, that's why you lose these. She had both her hands. That's why you lose these first. I said, I know. She goes, it's not fair. She's a tiny little woman. And she was talking about she had a hard time losing her belly. I'm like, what belly? And she squished up a little bit. I'm like, I'll trade. But here's the sad part. She said, well, I got something to tell you. I said, what? She said, September 3rd is my last day. I said, where are you going and how far is it? That's all I want to know. I don't care where she's going. If I can get to her, I'm going. She's going to the other healthcare system in town, the one that I don't necessarily care for, but I will move for her. My phlebotomist, who I love him to death, I will miss him, but I stopped by and talked to him today. I don't have to give blood for another month because they drew blood and tested everything when I had went to the hospital. So she said I can wait another month on that. I did get my tetanus booster today. It did hurt. Listen, some people say, you got all them tattoos, you ought not be scared of needles. Trust me. 2 different kind of needles. A shot goes all the way in. Tattoos just hit like whatever the first layer or 2 of your skin or something like that. 2 different things. Drawing blood is way worse than getting tattoos. Trust me on that. Anyway, she's going to the other healthcare system, and I told her, I said, well, I'll go. Wherever you're going, I'm going. But he said he's not leaving. He'll stay there and work. But she's his doctor too, and has been for years. And he said, I'm going with her. He said, I have seen in my career, I have worked and seen many, many doctors, and she is one that I will live for. So that tells you right there, she's a good, good doctor. Now she hawks you. Ooh, she hawks you like today. She will make you do anything and everything that she thinks you need to do. If your blood don't look right, if there's something about it she don't like, she gonna say, well, we need to do this or we need to do that. And I like that. I appreciate that in her, because she's not just blowing you off. Oh, well, you're fat, so that's all it is. Because y'all know good and well there's doctors out there that say, oh, just because you're overweight, that's why. So we're not going to worry about it. Well, was I saying? Oh, she tests everything. She said, okay, well, you know you're overdue for your tetanus booster. You gonna take it? I said, well, I said, you tried to get me to take it last month. I said, and I said I'd wait and talk about it this month. And she said, are you gonna take it? I said, fine, I'll take it. She goes, yes, nagging works. I said, is that what your husband says? She goes, mm-hmm. She said, my mother told me when I got married, the night I got married, she said, she told me two things. She said, the first thing, get your husband a hobby. Give him something to do and keep him busy. She says, he's got his cars, he loves his cars, and that's what keeps him busy. She said, and number two, nag just a little at a time, and you'll get things done. I thought that was awful funny. She's such a sweet little woman. She's like, she calls you. She calls you on the phone. If there's something she needs, where are you going? You go. If something she needs to tell you that she don't want to put through my chart, she calls you at home. She calls you on your cell phone. She called my cell phone, and I had to have her call me at home because my cell phone kept dropping it. But she just turned 50 because we were talking about birthdays and whatnot, and she just turned 50. So anyway, that was I think that was all that I did at the doctor. I go back next month to get my blood, and then after that, she said I don't need to see her for 4 months, from today. So she'll be at the Blair, where you going, child? You gonna fall in the flow? Where you going, child? Listen, climb, sister. Make the appointment at the new place. So I said, I will. Trust me, I will be there. After the doctor, I came home and got her all fed and everything, and went to the library, see if they had any cool library books, because they're 10 cents, and I found some. Obviously, you're going to find something for 10 cents. And on my way after that, I was going to go to Aldi's. And I was in the car behind somebody, some kind of little SUV, and I could see him in his rearview mirror, his side mirror. He kept looking down and doing this, and I'm like, okay, we're sitting at the stoplight. I'm like, he's playing on his phone. Well, we get turned. He goes up. He's in this lane. I'm in this lane. I pull up, and I look over. I'm like, what? What am I looking at? It was his foot. He had his left foot pushed up on the dash and the window down, and there his foot. And he was about in the back seat. He was leaning back so far, but I could see him when he was driving. He was still looking at his phone with his foot up there. That was dangerous. Well, we get down to the next stoplight, next couple. Here comes over to this side this motorcycle, pretty red Harley. He is, he's got his foot things way out to the front, so his feet's way out to the front. He's leaning back. He got his arm just leaning down, driving with that one hand. I'm like, dude, too cool for school. Light turn yellow. He put the hand up there. He revved it. He beat that light. He was not gonna sit still. Come on, sister. She gonna slide down in a minute. You just wait. Nope. That's not where we're going. That is not where we're going. You got it? Let me put this paper, because it's got my weight on it. I don't want it to go in the yard and David find it, because he don't know how much I weigh. He's losing weight. He lost like 3 pounds, but he didn't weigh at his normal time, because I made him last week. I said, you can do your weigh-in on Wednesday like I do, but weigh when you first get up, because you haven't had time for your body to collect all that fluid and everything. So that's what I do. I weigh when I first get up. Between 5 and 6 is no matter what time I get up. If it's earlier than that, 5 and 6, in that window is my weigh time. So that's what I told him to do when he gets up tonight, is just go in there and weigh. He's doing good. He is doing so good. He really is. Listen. Woo! She got her pretty orange showing out here in the heat. You won't be able to see it on camera. She's hanging down here. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this before we go. So this is how my mind goes. Yesterday I had done 2 loads of towels, because just me and David here, sometimes I just let them go because I have a bunch of towels. So I normally, as a rule, wash them every week, but for some reason I either didn't wash them last week or we used the extra amount or something. Anyway, it was towel washing time because okay. Did y'all see that? Did it show up on camera? It was big and black. Claire, did you see it? Listen, before we got this porch and we just had that stoop on the front, we would come out here. She scared her to death. She would get that one eye cocked up there like that, and then birds would scare her to death because she still has that instinct that she's prey. She's not prey. She's what they prey on. What's that called? You know what I'm talking about, where the birds come down and get her in the wild, and she's still got that instinct that birds are not good. When I took her to the beach, when we went to the beach, I said, oh, she'll love it out there in that sand and whatnot. She was scared to death on the balcony. She was scared of those seagulls, scared to death. I didn't even take her down to the beach because I knew it would probably give her a heart attack. Did you see? She got her head. Y'all can't see. Let me see. See if you can see her. She's looking around. She is scoping it out. Did you see that varmint? Did you see that varmint too? Mama did, because Mama about had a hissy. What was I telling you? Oh, this morning. Drink like a 2-year-old. So I done the towels. I folded them up yesterday. Oh, it's a bird. I see. Listen, my eyeballs spot these moving things. So I go in there to get my shower this morning. I go to the closet to get me a towel. There's a linen closet at the end of the hall. And I open it up, and them towels ain't sitting on that shelf. I have two stacks of towels. Just the ones up against the wall. I said, well, where's the towels? I stood in there and folded them yesterday. So I went back in the bathroom to see, did I leave them sitting on the dryer? There ain't no towels on the dryer. I'm like, where are my towels? Where are my towels? I go back to the closet. I look in the floor. Did they fall on the floor? And I just didn't see them. They was not in the floor. I'm like, where are my towels? I go in the bedroom. I go in my craft room. I go in the kitchen. I cannot find my towels. But I'm convinced there is a ghost in this house that has taken my towels. And about that time, I remembered the second load of towels didn't get dry, and I had to restart them. They was in the dryer. I was like, oh my God, thank you. Listen, I've still lost things. I'm not so sure they ain't something in my craft room. I lose things in there that were there. I don't touch them, and then they're gone. I'm not joking. There's what did somebody I used to know call them? Was it Domo boy? Domo? Somebody tell me. It's and I can't remember which culture that is. Is it in Russia? There's like little house gnomes, things that take your things and whatnot, and move your stuff around and all that kind of thing. Domo boy. Is that it? Somebody let me know. Anyway. Well, I think that was all I was going Listen, I'm gonna have to go in the house. This is getting too serious out here. This is getting too serious. Alright, so I think that was all I know today. The doctor and the Aldi's and the library and the foot driver. And you know, before I pass judgment, I was looking to see if he's one of them people that had to drive his car with his feet, because I wasn't going to say nothing. I didn't say nothing to him. I was going to go, this man said something to me up at the Aldi's. You just hold on a minute. It wasn't mean, but still he said something. I would go past no judgment if he had to drive the car with his feet, but he did not. He was just chilling. So I get to the Aldi's and I park in the handicap, because I got handicap parking. And there's a little lady come up behind me. Whoa! She's going down head first. Listen here, chickadee, 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 chickadee. You stay up this way. Stay up this way. Listen, she thinks she's going to get down. She wrong. About the time she bolts and heads up under the thing and hits the ground, I can't run. I can't even get down the steps. I couldn't run after her because I can't get up and down my own front steps. So she comes up. She goes, you need a, she called it a cart. We all know it's a buggy. I said, yes, ma'am. And I handed her my quarter. She said, no, you keep it. She said, you pass it along. I said, I'll do it. So when I get my groceries, if it ain't raining, I don't bag them in the store because it's too crowded. It's just too many people up there. I just push my stuff and bag it in the trunk because I keep all my grocery tote bags in the trunk. That's what I do. So I was standing there bagging up my groceries, looking around, seeing who's going to show up that I can pass that buggy to. Well, the handicap place next to me, they ain't but 4 for the whole store. The one next to me was empty, and then here comes this vehicle, as Sebastian would call it, pulling up like kind of this way, straight. He was pulling up weird. I could see it was this little old man. He was little. And when he was pulling up, I was getting ready to go, and I was headed where are you going, sister girl? She is, look at that. She is traveling. I think she's happy to be out here. Or either she's trying to get back in the house. And so when he got pulled up there, he looked over me, and before I went on up there, I motioned to him. I said, you need this. And he shook his head. And so I just pushed, because there's like them little painted lines where you got it accessible for a van if it needs to be. And so I stuck it right there in the middle, and I was getting in my car, and this man and woman come by, and he goes, you gonna leave your buggy there? Well, first of all, maybe I was. Maybe I was leaving it for somebody random. But I said, no, I'm giving it to him. Oh, okay. I'm like, okay then. And the little man, he was so stinking cute. I cannot, oh my gosh, I can't tell you. He got out, and he was, I had my window up and everything, starting the car, and he waved at me like that. Thank you, like that, waved at me. I'm like, it was so sweet. So anyway, all right, that is all I know. I am gonna take this girl inside and let her do something, or I'm gonna sit out here and finish my coffee in this heat. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, you want to tell them bye-bye? You want to tell them bye-bye? Tell them bye-bye. Look, can you see how orange her little right here is getting? That's when she gets all happy and warm and everything. Can you, oh, the orange is coming through. See the orange on her back? That's when she gets all warm and happy and fuzzy feelings. Her orange comes out. Yeah. And she gets yellow. She's not as yellow. Well, in real life, she's pretty doggone yellow. I don't know if y'all can tell. She's pretty doggone yellow, so she's a happy girl. All right. Well, that's all I know for today. And I'll see you tomorrow on my meal plan and grocery haul. So, see you on my next video.